Everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to July's edition of our Color Combo Challenge. Now, as you know, this is a challenge that Gareth Frewer and I started a couple of years ago, and we have been joined by Miss Angie, who is from AB Designs here on YouTube, and also Mr. Tony, who is from Kate's Crafty Cottage here on YouTube. So all their information will be linked below in the description box for you to go check out their videos as well. So this month our colors were black, orange, and yellow. Now I know that lends itself to Halloween, but I'm not much of a Halloween person, so I sort of created something a little different. And I was using these stamp sets. I used this one right here. This is from May Made It, and it's called Garden Party. And I used some of the flowers and this saying right here, which I'll show you in a minute. And I also used this new stamp set from May Made It, and this one's called Road Trip, and I used the little truck out of it. So what I did was stamp the truck on some paper, and I colored it and got it ready. And then I stamped a whole bunch of flowers, and then I embossed them with embossing powder, and I used the yellow embossing powder, and I cannot for the life of me read the color, but it's yellow, as you can see. And this is Recollections. And then I also used the orange embossing powder, and then I mixed the two together and created a special color of yellow and orange together. And then of course I used my VersaFine ink, and I used orange and black paper cardstock. And I was going to use yellow, but I used all my yellow paper on another project, that cards I made a couple of weeks ago. So to get started, I'm going to lay these aside for right now. To get started, I'm going to go ahead and work on the black piece first. Now, I'm using the little sentiment from the stamp set that says, I love this saying too, some people like flowers or give pleasure just by being. And I'm going to stamp that up in near the right hand front, and I'm going to be using my Versamark ink. This is a watermark pad that I use for embossing. It's like sticky ink. So I'm going to try to get this evening. Oops. No promises there though, but I'm going to try. I use the ink, my ink stamper here that has lines on it. And I'm just going to put it about right there. One good thing about embossing on black paper, you know where it is, and I hope that didn't double expose there. I rocked it a little bit. If it did, we'll turn it over and use the other side. Now, to emboss this, I'm using the yellow because it shows up really pretty on there. And I'm not going to use my little bag to keep embossing powder off of it, because that white you just can't get it off. So what I'm doing right now is just looks okay, I think. Pour that back in there. Okay. And as you can see, when you tilt it, it doesn't leave embossing powder on there. Then I'm just going to use my little tool, heat it up for a second. So there we have that. And that really does come out really pretty. So I'll let that dry. Then I'm going to take my little truck here. And I am going to put some little sticky dots on it. And I'm going to put it towards the bottom. Okay. But before I put that on my paper, we're going to work on the flowers a bit. Now, I did these on yellow and orange on the black, yellow and the mixed colors on the black cardstock. And I did some on white cardstock. The orange, this is what the orange looks like on black cardstock. It's really lovely, but it doesn't really show up orange as much as it does maybe copper. But this is, that is the same color as this right here. But that's what it looks like on black. Still pretty though. So what we're going to do is glue a couple of pieces on here to the back of this right here. And I'm going to be using my art glitter glue, because we're going to be layering the flowers on the card so that it has lots of dimension. So I'm just going to stick this as close as I can to the okay. And then I'm going to glue an orange one. I'm going to very carefully lift up on this little tabby right here and slide this down just a little bit underneath there, like so. And then I'm going to take a yellow one, a mixed one like this right here. This is one of the ones that has the orange and the yellow mixed together. So I'm just going to take it and layer it on the back side of these flowers. Okay. Then I'm going to remove my sticky stuff. Oops. And I'm actually going to stick a yellow one right back here on the back of the sticky stuff, just up at the top. So that creates another layer of dimension there, if you can see that. And then of course I'll add some glue to that. And let's stick a little orange one up here on the, well, that's a little small. We'll stick an orange one at the top. Still trying to make sure I can see everything. Like that. So we have a flower, a truck full of flowers. And then I'm just going to put some glue on here. Give it some extra protection there. Okay, and then I'm just going to layer that down toward the bottom of the card right here. See, this is what it looks like so far. It's got lots of dimension to it. Then I'm going to take a couple of little ones, and they're going to be glued flat, like this. in the background. Let's do one of these that's mixed. Like right there. And I am going to take my little, if I can find it again, my little pokey tool, and just kind of reach in there and push that down flat, like so. I think we need like a one more right there. Do a little orange one. I'm actually going to put this one down here on the corner. And then I'm just adding some to the corners here. And then I'm going to take a little tab here and add one of these really pretty yellow ones. Where did it go? There it is. Like so. Just give it a little dimension. And then I'm going to take this orangey one right here, and we're going to glue it to the front of the truck like it's hanging over the side. And then I'm just going to take a little tiny spotted one, and I'm going to put that right in the middle of that. Kind of create a different texture. And then I'm just going to take the rest of the flowers and glue them around the card. Oops. Now, okay, so that's what we have so far, and I just love all that dimension. It makes it look like it has a bed full of flowers. And then we're going to glue that onto the orange cardstock. So it's an easy card to do. It does take a while. The reason I embossed the flowers and stuff before I started the video was because that's fussy cutting a lot of little flowers out, and fussy cutting is not something I really totally enjoy because of my hands, so it takes me a while, and it hurts my hands. Now I also cut a little piece of paper to go on the inside of the card, and I left this white so that you can stamp a sentiment on it. And I haven't chosen a sentiment for it or anything. It's got that beautiful saying on the outside. And you might want to just put hello, you could put happy birthday, you could put whatever. It could be for a man or a woman. And since I have two little flowers left over, I think I'll just put them down in the corner. Down here. There we go. Now, if I didn't tell you, this is an A2 size card. And I just cut my mats 1/8 of an inch, each one of them, smaller than the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Whoops. Well, let's take the pin out again. And then we're going to glue that on here. And we're not quite finished yet. Got one little thing else I'm going to do with the card. Just even it up a little bit there. Okay. Now on my prototype, which I'll show you in just a minute, I used some stickles on it because, you know, I like the bling. And what I did was I just filled in the little car windshield with it. Just to give that a little bit of shine. To make it look more reflective like glass. And then I filled in the silver hubcaps. Well, actually, I used black and I just colored it very lightly. So I gave it a more silver tone. So that's why I thought I would use the stickles on them to make them stand out a little bit more. Okay, so that is our card. Put my pen back in there. I need one of those pen toppers. And that's my card. Very simple. Just a little time-consuming. Fussy cutting everything out. And this is my prototype here. And I did the same thing with the flowers on the inside. But I really like the way these turned out. I think they're very pretty. And it's a great way to use orange, black, and yellow and not make it Halloween. And I thought about taking a little pen and writing flowers here on the card, on the truck door. I may still do that. I don't know. But on this truck, you notice I colored the truck yellow and as the body of the car, and then the outline in orange. And then I did this one a little bit different with the orange body and the yellow outline. So let me know what you think about the color combo challenge for this month in my cards. Please don't forget to leave me a thumbs up if you like this video. And if you've not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do so by hitting that subscribe button. And don't forget to tap the bell so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. And don't forget to check out everybody else's card. And like I said, they will be listed below. So, yeah. So thank you for joining me. And I will see you all again soon. Bye-bye.